Hi, my friends. We are into the sixth episode on our exciting journey of how to discover the value of our time. I'm sure when you travel outside, when you meet people, you find differences in their lifestyle. What makes the difference? What is that difference which makes the difference in terms of the quality of our life? I'm not for a moment suggesting that you should have a rich life or you should have an average life. The question is, are you happy about the quality of your life? The quality of your life depends upon the quality of your time. Very, very simple. In fact, that is the only variable we bring to this world. All the other things are equal. We have access, in fact, we have equal access to all the resources. In the last episode, we talked about the 7 steps to enhance personal productivity. We talk about productivity of time. We're not talking about time management. I explained to you that time cannot be managed because we have no control on time. In that we said, list your goals and set correct priorities. I explained to you in the last episode that goal list is very, very important. Setting of goal is very, very important. The difference between a goal and a desire, the difference between a goal and a need, the difference between a goal and a want is the fact that goal has to be specific. It has to be quantified. In this episode, I am going to explore with you an important and exciting phrase called Big Hairy Audacious Goals. We call it as BHAG. This is the book by Jim Collins. The name of the book is Built to Last. An amazing book. It's available anywhere you can buy it. That book inspired me. It's not about setting a goal. It's about setting goal which will excite you. Right from the time you wake up till the time you go to bed. The question is, are you excited? Are you looking forward to going out to a place of work? Is it attracting you or is it repelling you? Think of a time when you got up but not very enthusiastically. And think of a time you got up after a disturbed sleep, a pleasantly disturbed sleep which you enjoyed, you could just not sleep because the next day is going to offer something very exciting. So, big, hairy, audacious goals I am talking about. Please understand, there is a huge difference between a job and a career. A job is what somebody offers you. You apply for a job, you send your biodata, and you can get a job easily. I'm sure there are umpteen number of jobs. The question is, what job you want it, and what job you get. You may not get all the job you wanted, but you have to do it. After all, we need money. But a career is what you do with your job. A job is what you do with your biodata. There is a huge difference. What you do with your biodata, get a job. Once you get a job, what you do with your job is the career. Let me give you some examples. I wrote a book, 365 Exciting Ways to Live. It contains 365 pages, 365 chapters. Each page is a chapter by itself. I got really excited. It's not just existing, it's a question of living. And I explored many aspects of living. I interviewed a lot of people. I recalled some of the people who attracted me. I pondered over and then came to certain common principles which excite these people. I'm sure all of you want to get excited, no? I discovered the bigger the goal, the more clarity, the more you become focused, the more you become disciplined, the more you become self-controlled, and the more you become systematic. Let's say that you have a motorbike, you want to travel for a kilometer. That's not a huge goal. You don't have to be highly focused, you don't have to be highly disciplined. Of course you need to be disciplined, otherwise you will meet with an accident. But supposing you decide to travel 5,000 kilometers on a mission, you go with a placard, let's say that we talk about women's safety, and you want to have from Cape Comorin to Kashmir you want to travel, the more the goal, the more clear you should be, the more focused you should be, the more disciplined you should be, the more self-controlled you should be, and the more systematic you should be. But then, look at people who have audacious goals. Take Wimbledon. Put yourself in his shoes and think for a while how the world look like. You become such people and look at the gym. You become such people and you look at the tennis court. The whole scene will change. Or let it be a PV Sindhu. Look at ice cream from the point of view of PV Sindhu. Look at smartphone from the point of view of PV Sindhu. Recently when she won a gold medal at the world level, she gave an interview how for years she abstained from smartphone and ice cream and junk food. Or you become a Virat Kohli and start looking at your cricket bat. These people are driven by not just a goal, but an audacious, big, hairy, audacious goals. Recently you came across a wonderful news about our Sundar Pichai. In 15 years, what difference he has made to Google. And he has become the CEO of Alphabet. What made these people? What excited these people? I was thinking about it for a while. Then I thought, a metaphor of a clay pot, a metaphor of a porcelain. A clay pot sitting in the sun will always be a clay pot. It has to go through the white heat of the furnace to become a porcelain. Let's be very, very, very clear. And what is the difference which made the difference between a clay pot and a porcelain? A clay pot can be baked, can be made at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. But a porcelain has to stand at temperature of red heat of nearly 1400 degrees Fahrenheit. in one of my conferences, actually it was in a school, I took a clay pot in my hand. I had the school final students in front of me. I held the clay pot in my hand. I asked the children, I want to drop it and break it. Can I? They said, yes sir. Sure. Yes sir. They're all enjoying my talk. I dropped it. I dropped it. Nothing happened. Then I had a beautiful porcelain. Somebody served me tea with that. It was nicely made. I kept it in my hand and I said, shall I drop it? I expected these children to say no. And some children said, yes sir, maybe to test me, maybe a mischief. I said, you mean it? More children joined, yes sir, break it. I will break it, yes sir, I just dropped it. Huh? Everybody went like this. I could see the reaction on their face, stunned. Then I said, are you feeling happy that I broke the porcelain? No sir. But when I dropped a clay pot, you kept quiet. We entered into a discussion. I asked, why is that you were not that much worried when I broke a clay pot? But you all were shocked when I broke the porcelain. Then they said, sir, what a beautiful thing it is. It is cheap, it is costly. It is ordinary to look at, but it is so nice to look at. Nobody keeps a clay pot in their glass almirah. But people keep it very well displayed in their houses, the porcelain. You don't serve tea with a clay pot, but these days, yes, disposable clay pots have come. But you are so happy to present people a tea with a porcelain. Then I asked why. Then we were discussing lot of value addition takes place between an ordinary clay pot and a porcelain. Lot of, in fact, if you go to next time, go to a departmental stores, you will find porcelain with a lot of painting and things like that. People feel proud to have certain porcelain. And also the children said, having transformed into a porcelain, sir, it's a big waste to break it. Then I said, you decide whether you want to be a clay pot or whether you want to be a porcelain. Simple. All those who achieved these big, hairy, audacious goals are porcelain. They have gone through life which is very difficult. If you go through the normal training schedule of a cricketer, you will understand how much they are sacrificing. There is a saying in English, no pain, no gain. So you decide to have a goal of a clay pot or you decide to have a goal of a porcelain. People will pay more for you if you transform yourself into a porcelain. But then in life, you don't get what you desire. You only get what you deserve. This is a beautiful sentence. Wonderful quotation I got somewhere. If by just desiring, you don't have to do anything. Sit underneath the tree and desire, I want to become a Sundar Pichai. I want to become a Vishwanathan Anand, A.R. Rahman. If that is the formula, then all of us will one day become great. But you deserve. You deserve by your focus. You deserve it by your hard work. You deserve it by your sacrifice. You deserve it by your discipline. You deserve it by your tenacity. You deserve it by your persistence. If you deserve it, you will enjoy it. But then the question is, how do we become what we want? I thought I can give you a small little checklist. Check. First of all, are you clear about the size of your goal? Let's be very, very clear about it. Are you clear about the size of your goal? Let's say that you are a middle level executive in a company. So far so good, but you are not satisfied. Then what is that you want to become the next 10 years time? You want to become a vice president? You want to become a managing director? Are you clear about the size of your goal? Later on in our episode we will discuss what is SMART goal. S-M-A-R-T. And then why do you want it? Say, please, if you are not clear about this, why? And connect it with the size of your goal. Why do I need it? Necessity, the mother of invention. You have an option, or you may have a necessity. So why do you want to become? Be very, very clear. Ask yourself, what will it do? Ask yourself to become a vice president. What will it do for you? Why is it important? If you want to write a book which has to be in every home, ask yourself, why? Why do you want to write a book? Why do you want it to be in every home? And the clarity with which you write a book, the clarity with which you attach your importance to your goal, that will decide the energy. The second is, do you have a well-defined strategy? A well-designed strategy, clear. That's why we are going to discuss in later chapters about long-term, medium-term, short-term, weekly, daily focusing. Well-defined. It's not vague. If you want to become a tennis world-class player, do you have a strategy? Are you disciplined? Mind and body. Sometimes our mind wants it, the body is not cooperating. Sometimes we have the body fitness but weak mind. So, are you disciplined in terms of your mind and in terms of your body? Last but not the least is, are you ready to enjoy the pain? Surprising, no? How can you enjoy pain? Getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, vis-a-vis sleeping up to 8 o'clock. On a normal day, you don't want to get up at 4 o'clock. But supposing you have got to catch a flight which leaves to Frankfurt at 3 o'clock in the morning, and on your way to US to meet your dear friends and relatives, and in your mind you are already visualizing you are arriving in the United States and you are excited. The getting up at 3 o'clock is not anymore a pain. You know it is a pain because you are not used to get up at 6 o'clock, but you enjoy the pain. The 24 hours of travel to United States, enjoy. 16 hours at a stretch, you enjoy. You don't get the meal of your choice, you enjoy. You stand in the queue, you enjoy. You are waiting there, you enjoy. For 24 hours you have a jet lag, you enjoy the pain. So are you ready to enjoy the pain associated with your strategy and lifestyle? Let's say the highest paid cricketer world famous cricketer who used to shop around freely. Can he do it anymore? I read a story some time back somewhere that one day Tendulkar was wearing a helmet and was shopping around. You lose your freedom, but do you enjoy? So, the question is, do you have a big, hairy, audacious goals? And do you want to become what these people wanted to become? Think. Go through this checklist, honestly, touch your heart and answer. Once you are very clear, we'll discuss about your priorities in life. Wait for a week.